Welcome back to Spyro 2 Reignited Trilogy.
Yep.
Oh, what's your refill on that thing?
I can handle this old jalopy of a dragon. But yeah, we're back in Summertown.
Note to self, never introduce another video ever.
Why? No, you're fine. It happens. You get the little jitters. And with that, actually, Ikki, I think you made it to the last level of this summer fortress. Actually, no, I think there's I think we're at the. I think there's one speedway left, and this,
The
and
last
then you're done.
traditional stage of Summer Forest.
Yes. Note to self: never try and take that away from it. Never try and take narration away from Ikki, or else I will also get the jitters.
By the way, this little terrace right here is like the biggest glow up for this entire world, I'll say. Because those trees weren't even the original.
Yeah, I think it was just flat.
Yep.
It's.
I mean,
go ahead.
we brought it up before, we'll say it again, like, the HD era really did Spyro nothing but favors. But at least with this Reignited trilogy, anyway.
What's a
Hey,
water?
you want some Wawa? No, you don't. Want some? I'll give you some.
Come on, I made it this time!
Well, too bad, you can't have any.
No.
Neener.
These things, I always consider them to be marshmallow men.
They look more like... I don't even... Are they supposed to be diver suits?
I can see that, but like the little like blue thingies inside are like either marshmallow or like little plum thingies. But
Some
anyway,
kind of aquatic themed alien.
I'm sure that's something a Spyro fan wiki could answer for us.
I'll look that up
Yeah.
later. But for now, tell what are your thoughts on Aquaria Towers, Ikki?
Not one of my favorite stages, to be honest.
It's relatively small. I mean, that lower left, that loop is really all there is to it. But
It looks small.
But I'll agree with you absolutely that. Oh wow, I'll agree with you absolutely that in practice, when you start playing this, everywhere looks the same.
Yeah.
It's especially more. It's an even bigger handful if you're gonna go for the skill point.
It's really
Oh,
easy
yeah.
for me to lose myself in this area. I'll put it that way.
Not even a skill point. I'd say doing one of the missions, I got lost a handful of times trying to find all the things I need.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the towers.
Climbing the
Yeah,
towers.
the towers.
Yeah,
The
no, that
Aquaria
one's.
towers.
Oh wow, oh that's where it all happens. Yeah, no, that
Anyways,
one's
crabs!
Oh,
More crabs.
something I will say regarding the crabs in this level, whenever I break them, it always makes them feel they feel so hollow.
Like,
Yeah, they
It's,
feel
it's like the way they crack.
Yeah, it's also like sometimes you just no weight and they fall apart like little pinatas.
They just
They're no
sound very crunchy to smack into.
Oh my god, yeah, actually just there. Yeah, it almost sounded more like a poof sound when you hit them.
No, it sounds like...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. So in any case, I didn't really care for this level either. This was probably my least favorite stage out of the summer forest areas.
I love the music, at least.
And I do like the mechanic of like taking a previously small area and really expanding on it with the 3 dimensions of swimming.
Yep. And look at that swimming graphic. I mean, the ripples in the water.
I know.
Hey, can I ask, like,
Go ahead.
I don't know how deeply we touched upon this, but out of the entire trilogy, which one would you say has the best soundtrack, or at least your favorite soundtrack?
I mean, I like with most things, like one has like the most memorable soundtrack to me because I hear it so often.
I mean, I'm pretty much on the same boat, though. I also feel like a good handful of trilogy soundtrack kind of just blends in together after a while.
It's Copeland's. I think I'm right. It's Copeland's like
Yes, Copeland.
It's his like music style. It all is a nice jaunty like dun 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 kind of no progression everywhere. Also that
You
crowd
have an
is-
answer, Ikki?
Yeah,
Steve,
what's your
you're
favorite?
making me choose between my own 2 children. I can't
Yes.
pick just one.
Well, let's say for the sake of hypothetics that you have a dysfunctional relationship with at least 2 of those children.
No, I love them
Which-
both unconditionally and
Which is the
equally.
Which is the one that you would send off to their grandparents while you go and
Neither.
take the other one to the... Okay.
Which one would you send to the better-looking college?
Why would you make me so unhappy like this?
I mean, okay.
Like I came into this chat expecting some happy, flappy fun times with my purple boyo over there.
Well, okay. Well, I will say flat out. I assume that you genuinely, I mean, considering you overrode our decision for the modern, you genuinely love the soundtrack for Spyro 2, like the
I
classic.
love
version,
both of them
guess.
so much.
both of them. What about the third one?
The third one, I honestly can't say much about.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't really play Spyro 3 much as a kid.
Wow.
Like, I might have explained it before, but when I was little, like, this is 5-year-old Ikki speaking,
Yeah.
Spyro 3 scared me.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Was
It was
the
mainly because of the darker tone. Also, where did that second face go? Anyways,
I
the
guess it
darker
was the
tone
crab's head.
certainly, like, spooked... What the hell?
Yeah, it disappeared.
It's like a graphical glitch or something, but
I
we assure
didn't
you.
notice that my run-through.
But we assure you, it is all still here, and you haven't lost any gems. But yeah, continue. So,
Okay,
so wait,
cool beans.
so the idea of like the baby kidnapping scared you?
It's not the baby kidnapping. It was the sense that he had Bianca like zapping around in like a rainbow trail. Like the first thing you do when you start the game proper, you go up the hill, you try entering Sunny Villa. This rainbow just appears out of nowhere, zaps in front of you, and she's like, "You better not collect those dragon eggs, or I'm gonna be really angry."
Oh, it was the
And
mod.
I
It
was
was
like,
the mod.
It was the promise, well, not the promise, but the threat of being angry that just frightened me.
So
No,
you're
I
telling
couldn't-
me that got you, but Ripto's whole "I'll deal with you later" didn't give you the same vibes?
No, because Ripto looked more like a Muppet. Whereas
And-
Bianca
and
and Cloak kind of looked like a human.
And I can throw it out
She's
there and
a
say.
rabbit!
I can also throw it out
know?
there and say this. In that, like, the Ripto one happens in a cutscene where you're like, I'm safe, I'm in a cutscene, whereas that happened more or less in real-time gameplay.
In
and
gameplay, yeah.
And it interrupts you.
You know what? That just makes me think all of a sudden, like, if the game started with
That-
kind of like in how Sonic Adventure 2 did, and yes, you can take out those metal sharks with your super
Kiss
flame.
my ass, Moneybags.
We don't need your sub anymore. I wonder if it is... Go ahead. But yeah, back to you, James, you were saying with
If
Sonic
Spyro 2
Adventure.
opened up the same way that Sonic Adventure did, where you start off with a boss fight against one of Ripto's cronies.
That would have been spooky, especially considering the look of the bosses in Spyro 3 compared to the first two games.
Oh, that is
They're
fair.
far
Yeah,
more
some of the-
daunting
Yeah.
in appearance.
those bosses...
I agree.
The first one's a little silly looking, but definitely when you get to, like, the last two, like, I will admit, even Reignited, when we get to it, the freaking flying bat thing does look very
What was it?
intimidating.
Screech? Scorch?
Screech, yeah. Screech. I think it's Screech.
I think it
And
was
I think
Scorch.
I think Scorch is the bunny, is the giant with the cannon gun. And Screech is the one that flies.
No,
I'll
that
double
one's
check that.
Spike.
Oh, then Spike and...
No, Scorch, I think, was the first one.
I think it was. I'll look it up, though. But yeah, I agree with you. Those monster things that the Enchantress makes are intimidating. But anyway, welcome to what the giant big circle on the minimap was for. It's a little
The
swimming
lost
area.
city of Atlanta.
Doesn't quite have as much big as juicy of a ring.
Yeah, where's the
Well,
Coca-Cola? Where's the airport?
It looks like a dentist on it. Okay, so I'm looking here. Okay, okay, you're...
Maybe
okay,
we're near one of those toxic waste dumps.
okay, so
I
it
think
was...
I'm gonna be sick!
So it is... Okay, so Buzz was the hopping rabbit. Spike...
Okay.
And you were
It
right,
wasn't
Ikki.
a rabbit, it was a toad.
It was a rabbit with a toad, and then you were right, Ikki. It is Scorch,
Yeah.
not Screech. Okay.
Screech was saved by the bell.
Screech!
Yes, Screech. I want to say it was someone else, but yeah, no. And then looking at here, yeah, nothing. I forgot about Mecha Red.
Mecha Red?
Mecha
Yeah,
Red.
in a Hero's Tale. I was basically I pulled up a page that had all the boss
Oh,
battles,
right.
and I forgot that.
Final
Yeah,
boss.
and I forgot that in Hero's Tale at the very end in a secret ending, Red just puts on a mecha suit.
I thought he gets turned into a mecha because he went through
Oh, that's
the.
right. Oh, the roboticizer. You know, yeah.
What?
right. Yeah, he
Yeah,
made a
'cause, like, at the-
roboticizer.
Yeah, in A Hero's Tale, like, Red forces the professor to make a machine that turns his minions into robots, and during the end of it, he accidentally gets shoved into it and turns into a robot himself.
Okay.
Yeah, I genuinely do argue that if we ever are needing something else to do, I would not mind doing something for a Hero's Tale.
Well, we did look at it years ago.
I mean, if push comes to shove, I could cover it.
Okay, because I mean
It's really not that. It's really not that hard of a game, to be perfectly honest.
Depends
Hero's
on-
Tale always... What? Go ahead, Steve.
How long would you say it is compared to, like, say, the original trilogy?
It's 4 worlds long. I'd say it's roughly around the same length of a typical Spyro game.
It depends on how much. Yeah, it depends. As always, it depends on how much you're going for. Like, I know light gems are very tricky to come by.
Well, light gems are the main collectible of the game.
No, it's dark gems. You break dark gems, and light gems are like the orbs of that game.
Okay,
Right.
so dark gems are basically the talismans, while light gems are the orbs.
They're kind of, yeah. They're the talismans you blow up.
Yep, and it's like you clear a certain amount of area, and you're purifying the place. I always thought that was cool, but otherwise, don't ask how he's breathing. By the way, I don't know how Hunter's breathing. I don't know how we're breathing, but we're.
Why were
magical,
you
so-
holding on to that, Hunter? Why didn't you just give it to me?
You
And how
know
can it
that we
fan your
need it.
flippers?
Do you not realize the fate of your country is at stake?
I have a country?
I believe it's called a realm. I don't know how that translates to statewide,
Right?
state farm.
They remember.
We are farmers.
I'm a
You know,
tiger,
it's a good thing that
I
there is
guess.
a mission where you have to help Hunter with farming.
Yeah, there is that one speed raid. That's later though, fortunately. Careful.
farm.
Easy guys.
Well, I mean, this one isn't too hard.
Just, I believe, if I'm correct, the manta ray controls are reversed a little bit, like a plane.
Yeah,
Kinda?
they run on plane controls.
Okay.
It's relatively easy though.
No worries.
So yeah, he had them in both of his flippers.
So we're
That
getting
must
really.
have hurt.
Dude, you just had
Probably.
like 2 of those. Why didn't you just give me them on the spot?
Well, maybe it's because I don't like your tone.
Also, the Fat King, who looks like Gonzo.
Did we go over that when I was recording this?
Yeah, during record. I mean, because look at his eyes, and that is Gonzo, the great Gonzo, the great.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to see the amazing Spyro complete my job for me because I'm lazy and ain't
He's
too
gonna
much
go
Spyro
rescue
to-
my grandchildren.
Those are solid impressions, and whenever I think of Gonzo, I still think of the freaking Christmas Carol, the grapple hook gone wrong.
You know, for a while,
Oh,
for a while, I actually mistook Gonzo and Grover for the longest time.
Really?
Ow.
I mean, they both have a blue.
They're both blue. They both have
Both have
relatively
raspy
quirky
voices.
personalities.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
The whole
You know, I'm kind of
idea.
surprised, like, I'm kind of surprised, like, with, like, the big, Muppet Christmas reunion thing that they did at Fozzie's mom's house. When they had the Sesame Street gang there, I'm surprised they didn't have, like, some kind of interaction between Gonzo and Grover now that you made that comparison.
Huh.
Yes. I remember just, it always felt odd to me, the idea of, like, oh my gosh, like, Sesame Street and Muppets are in the same continuous universe. And, like,
Yeah,
The
it was-
Muppets
I
Extended
honestly
Universe.
Yeah, it's like, I honestly do really love that short, and I remember when we were watching it with the girls, the second they saw the Sesame Street characters pop up, they were just in complete awe.
Oh yeah, the carolers.
That sounds
They
cute.
come wassailing,
It
or
is.
wassailing, or whatever that song is.
Anyways, so this mission where you have to climb the towers to get the grandkids, this one actually gave me a lot of trouble when I was little.
For the A,
Mainly because
being lost.
Like, the sense of depth wasn't really well communicated to me as a kid.
Mhm.
So I thought, like, oh, when are the electrical fields going to appear? Are they going to appear before I pass through them or after I pass through them? Are they going to move down or up? That
Oh,
kind of
I see what you're saying. Also, there's a little side area here, so take your super fire.
Just
And then,
explode some sharks.
but other than that, I don't know if we ever asked you, James. What are your thoughts on, since this was new for this game, on the swimming controls of Spyro?
I don't really have a problem with them, personally speaking. Like, it does take a little bit of adjusting to, because it does still abide by some rules that's, the Spyro's already uphold how, if you want to swim faster, charge.
Right.
Right.
But you lose a little bit of your directional control unless you can really navigate through.
Which
Yeah.
I'm relatively okay with. And mainly, this is probably one of my favorite examples of swimming in a 3D platformer.
I think
Only because you have total control over where you stop, where you go.
and it's not too slow. Yeah, I guess that's right. I'm trying to think of what my favorite examples of 3D swimming would be.
I mean, 3D World had, or excuse me, not 3D World. Odyssey had something going on for them with Cheep Cheep.
Okay, it was
fun.
this grate right here that gave me a hard time when I was little.
That's fair.
Only because the electrical fence doesn't just turn off and turn on.
I, the great Gonzo, congratulate you on your courage, young one.
Thank
Please take this Jolly Rancher I was keeping underwater in my pocket.
Don't
I
ask
broke
where
two
I
of
get
my-
the puck. Go ahead.
I don't understand why I wrapped gold around it, but okay.
Go ahead.
I believe the moment is past.
Oh, come on. It's sad. I'm sorry, it's sad, but it's funny in his voice. But anyway, the last thing I'm showing
Everything's
off
funny in Muppet voices.
They are. I think I just outright remember hearing something from Ricky Gervais where they were talking about how like, and you know, I don't know if we are. I think we've had this conversation before. Maybe our opinions have changed. There's the last one. Skill point. Yay.
Yeah,
But
I think I should at least mention those purple strips of seaweed can only be destroyed with the Super Flame power-up.
yeah.
And it took me a while to find that last one.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
don't take kindly to your impersonation.
run.
I will eat you.
But yeah, no, don't worry. That's what I'm here for, to help edit out that stuff. But we were saying, Ricky Gervais was talking about how, like, you know, the only way that you can improve upon something like a classic like the Christmas Carol was to make a Muppet Christmas Carol. So the idea was like, it's difficult to think of a movie that wouldn't be made funnier or more entertaining if you got the writing and the likenesses of the Muppets involved.
The Muppets are too pure.
It's like, I know that there was an entire, like, a Twitter thread of people thinking, like, okay, let's think of any movie we can think of and add the Muppets into it.
Right, and so as Ikki goes into the next movie, Ikki, would there be a movie that you could think would be really funny with the Muppets?
A movie that would be funnier with the Muppets.
Yes.
Mind if I get back to you on that? Because
Yeah, no
here we
worries.
have our first Speedway stage.
Oh wow, you're right. I actually
The
forgot that we
rules
had.
are relatively changed, relatively the same compared to Spyro 1's flight levels, though the Speedway levels do add a little extra incentive if you look hard enough.
They are a lot
Right.
more streamlined as well.
That's it.
They just touch right up.
All you have to worry about is getting the right amount of orbs in order to unlock the portals to reach them. Unlike
And
in
also-
Spyro 1, where a good handful of them were well hidden.
And speaking of well hidden, that's also something you need to keep an eye out for. In addition to like the regular objective of getting all the things, keep an eagle eye throughout the level because you'll find a hidden NPC that will give you a side mission.
And said side mission will grant you an orb.
Which yeah, without the help of certain, I do have to wonder, like, back in the old
Nice
days,
cut.
like, no worries. I do have to wonder, like, how hard it was to find some of these NPCs back in the day, or if it was easier with less distracting doodads in the levels.
I'm trying to think of a particularly difficult example in my
oh boy.
case.
I will say the NPCs you find here are relatively easy. It's the crowd that are watching you.
Well, I don't think you
succeed.
can make this.
Let's see.
Will
No, I
he
do.
make it?
Check
I
it.
know the
Bada boom.
Oh.
I know the ocean. I know the one in the ice world was tricky because you had to break an igloo to find Hunter in that one.
Yeah, but at that point you're basically... Oh, right.
Oh, look at the audience and how much you burn them all.
Yeah. Oh, right. When you complete a Speedway stage, like, get all 240 gems. Well, no, all 300 gems. Also, hi,
Yes.
Undine.
there.
When you get all 300 gems from the normal cores, you could replay the stage. Actually, wait, is it? Is it?
Yeah, no, it's
300 or
basically.
400 gems?
I think it's 300. It's either 240 or 300, but it's 80. Okay, it's 80 for all four. It's 80 for each of the four, and then a fifth 80 for
Getting all of
finding-
them at once.
So it'd be 400.
Okay,
no,
so
no, wait,
400
no.
gems. Once you complete
320,
it
whatever.
completely, once you complete completely, you'll be able to replay the Speedway stage, but with no time.
Right.
At that
and
point, it
that's-
just becomes a basic time attack.
Which is probably the biggest thing I will definitely say against this game. There are certain skill points that require you to beat said time trials, and they're pretty strict.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's absolutely one of those things where, like, first off, as a clue to anybody who's struggling with them, a lot of times you will have to start clearing the objectives out of order because although the game will usually nestle, they'll usually line them up in a really nice, handy way to get them all. It's not necessarily the fastest way to clear all of them.
Yeah, some of them just kind of blend together.
Right.
Like,
To
for
do,
instance,
one simultaneously.
we'll see in, like, Metro Speedway coming up soon. Or even, what was it, Glacial Speedway? Icy
Ice
Speedway?
Alright.
Oh, jeez.
Sometimes a lot of the interactable things that you go for are basically intertwined with one another.
Oh, you're
So
talking
you
about
got
the
like the
snowmobiles,
Eskimos on hang gliders and Eskimos on snowmobiles.
Right.
Then you got the ice skating cavemen and the sea monsters.
I get you. Yeah, no. So there, stuff like that. You'll have to like start getting to the habit of not doing the
I don't think
both
you
at the
can
same
beat him.
time.
You're
You
not
don't
supposed
have
to
to.
beat Hunter, you just have to follow him through the rings.
I just say that because you were trying to flame him, and it's like, I don't think that will
Knock
work.
him down. I
know.
don't care for Hunter.
Now then, I do believe you're the last one standing.
You shall face my wrath. And thus she faced my wrath. Now, next time. Just cuts out of that anyway.
So, that said, I do believe we're more or less finished with Summer Forest.
For
Yay!
now.
What happens next, Ikki?
Well, we say goodbye to Allura over here and go to Allura over there.
How'd you get over here? Shut up.
Does it really matter?
No.
How'd you get here so quickly?
How
Yeah,
did
we'll
you
have to-
get here so slowly?
Jeez. And yeah, and Ikki's checking back here, but unless we miss a couple gems, we actually are going to have to come back here later once we learn how to climb.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to learn to climb in order to get the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open.
Ooh.
So yeah, once we
Or
collect
will
all-
it? Oh, okay, there you go.
There's a
Yeah,
hole.
once we get nice and cozy with the residents of Avalar, we get
Before
access
you get
to.
the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to
Oh.
First,
Ripto and his mom
origin
survived
story.
in Avalar.
Yeah,
That
this
might
happened
help,
last
yes.
week, by the way.
In the
Oh.
winter
while he was falling down the hole, we get to learn how these doofs end up getting those.
technology.
Bigger doofs.
Admittedly, I admire how honest they are with that. It's like, the events of this game started last week.
Nope.
February 24th, 1975.
So he have to be in his 40s by now. Oh.
You know what? I am now curious. I'm going to look up what happened on February 24th, 1975. Famous birthdays. Ashley McIsaac, Canadian fiddler.
Oh.
Maurizio Giuliano, writer and traveler. Famous deaths.
Oop.
Nikolai A. Bulganin, Marshal Premier of the USSR, as of 79.
Huh.
It was a Monday. It was 46 years, 5 months, and
professor
15
actually
days
has
ago.
eyes.
It was part of Generation X. The Chinese zodiac of the time was the rabbit, and the star sign was Pisces. A very mundane day, and they didn't even have the decency to include Hunter's birthday.
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar. Quickly!
So, I mean, they had to find a foolproof plan. So, take all the orbs.
Should also be worth noting, once again, Hunter's to blame for all of this.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid Hunter.
I mean, what was the professor planning to do with that portal in the first place?
I think he was just wanting to, like, go through different worlds and study them for research.
This is bad news for Avalar.
I like how they kept him saying, "I'll kill you!"
Didn't you chase him?
And then Hunter's like, oh, why didn't you chase him? And
Yeah, I would have gone after him, but didn't he say something?
yeah, he's
about
just a
not
coward and a
fighting
dummy.
dragons?
He
Yeah.
forgot his running shoes.
Professor,
Every
catch a
time.
dragon to help us?
Every
We never do see him with
time.
his running shoes, do we?
No.
We never do. I don't want. Yeah, I don't know. It's,
Would you want to see Hunter with shoes?
it's for the
I
same
mean,
reason I don't want to
he
see
looks like-
Sonic. Go ahead.
He looks like the kind of character that would be given running shoes.
And I'm sitting here going,
Rush.
I don't want to see Hunter with shoes for the same reason I don't want to see Sonic without him.
Because
This
you
guy
know
was
that...
so doofy in the original game.
Let me guess, it's because you think that with Hunter would look like he just has one giant toe foot like Sonic does?
Yes. So, another
Which, for
reason.
the record, that is canon. I mean, look at Big. He wears flip-flops. All Sonic characters canonically have nub toes.
So, real quick, the reason why this is going to take a little bit long, the reason why I had to cut out a couple times is Ikki is going for a particular skill point with all the bosses of the game. That being what
Defeat the
Ikki-
boss without getting hurt once.
Well, this one isn't too hard to get.
Yep, Crush is fine. Gulp.
Gulp is another story.
Ah, fuck Gulp.
And Ripto.
Ripto's also...
Actually, Ripto is relatively doable.
But otherwise, tell us about the boss, Ikki, and your strategies.
So Crush here, he goes from side to side. He jumps on the button. If it's blue, he'll create a shockwave. If it's red, he'll shoot a fireball at you.
And I think you can only damage him in between them.
Yeah, once he's going from one panel to another, that's your chance to flame his ass. He'll get angry and collapse some of the roof on top of himself.
Maybe it's just me, but something about Crush's model and the mugshot over there not quite match up.
I'm guessing the one in the mugshot was like an older model that they made before they redesigned them.
It's like something to do. You know what it is? Okay, looking at that, according to that, yeah, looking at it there, his thumbnail or whatever, his headshot over there from his portfolio.
His mugshot.
His mugshot, thank you. That's what I was looking for. His snout
also,
is
I have
much
no
longer.
idea what's taking me so long to actually land a hit on this dude.
You were playing very safely. You were trying to, and you just were going in the wrong direction.
Well, thankfully that doesn't count as a hit.
There. But
I guess it's because he's constantly running away. Well, stomping away more like it.
Right, so that time you wanted to go the other direction. I see. So the only issue is that you're holding one direction, you need to go... You want to, like, swap directions when you're dodging, so now you got it. So now he's moving and you catch it.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Has to
Hey.
be.
Oops.
But yeah, once he hits his last 3 hit points, he decides to switch it up a bit by generating both red and blue panels. And he starts generating the attacks a bit faster. And when you flame his butt... oh wait, that's starting the last 2 hits, not the last 3.
Well,
Anyways, once you, yeah, I'm going to torch him one more time, and he's going to start chasing after you.
Oh no.
Come here, you little...
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Do you have to hit him again, or...
No,
oh, no, okay,
he just tires himself out. And
then he goes, okay. So it's just a little bit longer.
Yep, and he does that one more time. Bing, boo, bop, and you win.
Why won't you let crush you?
Why the hot butt for me only?
Crush needs his crushing time.
And speaking of crushed...
That's it for him.
You may have been able to defeat that simpleton, but golf will be more than a match for you.
Don't you mean more than a munch?
Oh, look at him, just being a freaking brat.
I much prefer his reaction in the original.
Destroy him and make sure it's painful.
Duh, I don't like pain much,
All that bouncing and slamming is causing everyone to everything to cave in.
Oh,
Sorry,
well.
boss. I'll burn it.
So long, mister. I didn't have to come back there.
Yeah, it's fine. It's been kind of a slow day in general. Anyway, the guidebook is happy.
The legendary guidebook. And now we've changed the tapestry back, I guess.
You're welcome, Moneybags. You're back in power.
This is something I wish they did change up for Reignited. Like, when you see the whole boss defeated thing, you just see them all battered and bruised.
That would have been
Yeah,
cute,
yeah.
like a little ending thing.
Instead of just the same picture again.
Right, just have them be all like, or just show the pile of rubble with like a white flag or something. But
Get crushed.
yep. With
Anyways.
that, we've done everything we can for our first pass through of Summer Forest.
So where do we go now? Tune in
go-
next time.
I was gonna say we take a fall.
Ba-da-ba.
Autumn.
Oh,